Hey, what's up, you guys? Spider here, and I am back with my review of this game. So, first impressions of the game, I have been enjoying myself so much. This game is so fun. Like, I didn't think I would enjoy it this much, but I always find myself playing just a little bit, and then a little bit turns into a lot. But anyway, I'm going to get into the review. Stay tuned later in the video for an announcement. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, we first start off with the tutorial of the game explaining how everything works. So, in this tutorial, it's about 20 minutes to go through it, and it really does go through the basics of the game. The game, it's not like regular Yu-Gi-Oh! If you thought it was. It's different. It reminds me of... Well, it's not like Dungeon Dice Monsters, but it reminds me of Dungeon Dice Monsters because, like, it's something different, you know? Like, it's not traditional card game. It's different. And I feel like we need that, you know? Like, this isn't really like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, you know? It's kind of a separate game with, like, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Stamp on it, if that makes sense. But I really like it. I think we needed it, and it's been pretty fun. So after the tutorial, you then understand how everything goes. You choose your ace monster. So you're given the choice between 5 ace monsters. And you'd probably think, okay, well, that's one from each of the first 5 series. And you'd be wrong. So for some reason, it doesn't go up to Arc 5 World. It only goes up to Zexal in terms of protagonist. So you have your ace monsters being Dark Magician. You have Stardust. You have Neos, Elemental Hero Neos. You have Utopia. And weirdly, you also have Kaiba in the game. You also have Blue Eyes as an ace, and I'm gonna be honest, like, I think Blue Eyes might be the best ace in the game. But let me tell you what their abilities do before I make that judgment. So, the abilities with Dark Magician, you have his master ability, which is to give 300 damage to each player. Then you have Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes can destroy 1 monster on the field. Then you have Stardust Dragon. Stardust Dragon can give all your monsters, all your level 3 or lower monsters, karma. And what karma does is, if your monster gets destroyed, it comes back to the hand. So, Stardust is kind of like a recycle for low-level monsters type of deck. And then you get into Utopia. Utopia, he's just really offensive, so when he destroys a monster, he'll boost his own effect of debuffing a monster. So let's say Utopia has an effect that says minus 300 attack. Once he destroys a monster, that 300 is going to turn into like 900. It's a really big boost. So with all those being said, I really do think that Blue Eyes is the best one. And Blue Eyes will probably remain the best one out of all of them for a very long time. Because just that destruction effect on summon it's kind of busted. I mean, any game where you just get, like, destruction for free, like, that's just a win-win for me. But, so I would say Blue Eyes is number 1, and he'll probably remain number 1 for a very long time, even after they release new cards, because I don't see how they can beat that, you know? Blue Eyes, he has a 3,000 attack just normally, and then he has the effect of destroying 1 monster on the field. Like, that's a lot. But, so I would rate Blue Eyes number 1. Number 2, I would have to say Utopia. Utopia is a monster, like, just an offensive monster. You would think with how the gameplay goes that Utopia would not survive in this game because I'm not sure if you guys know how the game goes. If two monsters attack each other, then only one monster comes out of the battle with the difference of both monsters' attacks. So let's say I'm attacking with a 2100 monster, you're attacking with a 2000 attack point monster. My monster's coming out of that battle with 100 life points. Or not 100 life points, but 100 attack points. So Utopia is kind of a monster. Like, it can survive a lot of battles just because it will lower your opponent's monster's attack to borderline nothing. And that's really good. But I don't think it's as good as destroy any monster on the field type of good, you know, because you could just destroy an ace monster like Utopia with your blue eyes. So then that would just destroy the point. Next, rating wise, I would have to say elemental hero Neos. Neos, I don't really think he's a good, I don't think he's a good ace, to be honest with you, but I think they're better than the other two options just because the other two options, they don't really have like a deck to stand for themselves. Really, like just how the beta is starting off, like I feel like a lot of decks are just big monster attack into big monster. There's not really like a strategy to the game. So that's why I think Dark Magician and Stardust, they're not as good as the rest of them just because those cards, I think they really require strategy to make them good. You can't just big monsters, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just big monster your way through that. You have to have like a plan when making that deck. So that's why I think they're a little bit lower, but I do think they have the potential, especially Stardust Dragon, to become one of the better ones. But just for the sake of like ordering, I would say Dark Magician is next just because the burn damage, it can make or break games sometimes. I wish it was a little bit more burn damage just because I feel like 300 is not a lot, but it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, and then we have Stardust being last. I would put it above Neos if I feel like there was a good, like consistent strategy you could go for with the deck, but there's not. It's really just chance, you know, like if you want to make a deck with Stardust Dragon. But moving on from that, there is 3 options once you choose your ace monster of gameplay. So the first option is Tag Duel. Now that is your single player campaign mode, and it's okay. I wish you get a partner. I wish the partner, you get their deck, or at least some variation of their deck to play with you when they're battling the other two people. The other two people are Seto and Kaiba. Or not Seto and Kaiba. Yugi and Kaiba. So I wish that you got, like, let's say if I choose Yusei as my partner, I wish you got like a Yusei-based deck in the game. But I think you have to unlock that during, like, yeah, I think you have to unlock the deck with like a lot of friendship points, like a lot of friendship points, which that's okay, but I wish we kind of just got like, maybe we got like a level 10 deck and then we get like a level 20 deck, kind of like how Duel Links will do it. They kind of just give you like weaker variations of the deck until you've beaten stronger opponents, and then it'll give you like a stronger version of the deck. I wish it was something like that, but it is what it is. So the single player campaign mode, it will give you gems for first time completion, and it'll also give you gems, like daily gems, for winning one of the tag duels. I forgot to mention, but the gem, like, how many gems you get in this game is crazy. I don't know if you guys were around during early Duel Links, but think about like that. Like, that's how many gems we're getting. And it could just be because, like, this is early. So early that, like, it's in a beta, so they're going to be nice to the beta players, give them a bunch of gems and everything. But, I don't know. I think this game really is gem nice. Like, it will be nice with the gems, and it'll give you a bunch of gems. I feel like each day you have the potential to get like 3,000 gems. And that's from just logging in to give you gems. That's from playing the game, single player or ranked matches, which is the second option that I'm going to get into. Ranked matches is what you're probably going to come to the game to play the most. It is the 4-player online PvP. So it's interesting. Online play, it's fun. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not fun, but it can get a little confusing sometimes. There is a lot going on the board sometimes. So keeping track of every like piece on the board can be difficult sometimes. So like I can tell that some people have trouble with this, keeping track of every single piece on the board, just because of the moves that they make. Sometimes they don't make a total lot of sense. Like, I'll have a Blue Eyes on the field, and somebody will have, like, I don't know, like, Elemental Hero Burstinatrix on their side of the field, and they'll target the Burstinatrix over my Blue Eyes, and I'll be like, my Blue Eyes is gonna kill you. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, just because, like, I feel like there's a lot on the board to keep track of, and the timer is just ticking. So it's really a game where you do need to pay a lot of attention to really, like, focus, because if you miss just like a second watching a YouTube video or something, that could be your whole turn, and that turn could have been crucial. There is a timer, as I just mentioned, and with the timer, I do wish there was optimized settings to just help the game go a little bit faster, because at times it can go a little slow. Not like graphics wise, it's like just moving slow, but just more like the players moving slow. So gameplay wise, if you were to summon, well, hold on, sorry about that. Gameplay wise, if you were to use a spell card, right, and that's the only spell card in your hand, you use it, it's gone, I feel like you shouldn't get the option to play another spell card. Like, it should check off your thing so it knows that you're done and you don't have any other spell cards to play. Instead, it'll not check off your thing. It'll wait for you to manually check it off and then end your turn. Which I feel like, just to help the game go a little bit faster, I feel like it would be better if the spell, like, if you didn't have a spell in your hand, like, don't give me the option to play a spell, because obviously I can't play a spell. I feel like it'll help the game go faster, because I won't have to manually check it, and I know some players, like, will wait out the timer when they don't need to. And if the game just had an automatic, like, you can't play anything, so we'll just skip you, then I feel like it would be just a little bit faster in its own ways, which would help benefit the game. I forgot to mention, you unlock automatic duel and 2x speed, and a lot of, like, those auto duel functions in the single player mode. I do wish that you were allowed to bring some of them over to the ranked matches mode. Like, I wish that you can 2 times speed the ranked matches mode, because anything to help the game go just a little bit faster, I feel like is beneficial, because sometimes it can just feel like it's going way too slow. So after the duel starts, you are given a card in the center. The card, I feel like it makes or breaks the game. So you have an option of getting a couple of cards. A lot of them, people would say, are the most busted cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! So you have Monster Reborn, which it summons just how it does in the normal game. Special summon 1 monster from the graveyard. Then you have Ring of Destruction. Ring of Destruction, what it does is, if your opponent monster steps in that spot, wherever you put it, it'll destroy their monster. That person takes 1,000 damage. Then you have Black Hole, which I don't think is as good as the rest of them, just because it's kind of random. So destroy monsters in 1 lane that you choose. So that can be your monsters, your opponent's monsters, and it doesn't have to be a lane near you. It can be any lane on the board. And there's one more, I think, but I cannot think about it. Yeah, it's not coming to me. But those are the cards, and again, those cards make or break the game. I feel like whoever has that card in their hand, nobody comes after them, just because they don't, you don't want to come after that person and then have that person just have the Ring of Destruction or the Black Hole. You know what I mean? You don't want to send the resources to just get your monsters destroyed. So I feel like it's also intimidating. It's also just, oh, I don't want to fight that guy. So those cards really do make an impact to the game. And I wish that maybe we get them on the first turn, but not only we get them on the first turn, we get them on the 5th turn of the duel, where the duel is almost over. So it's not you can make really, really, really crazy plays unless if you were saving it. And if you were saving it, dash, if you survived for this long, just saving your main combo, I think you deserve to really get to pop off during the later game. Because a lot of the gameplay, how I see it, is a lot of people will start off just aggressive, and then later on, when you hit turn 4, 5, 6, a lot of people will only have 2 cards in their hand. And whether you it depends on what you did in those first 4 to 5 turns to get those 2 cards in your hands that really play importance in the game. Because if, let's say, you spent your first turn attacking everybody, and now your 4th turn you just have nothing, everybody is probably attacking you. You made yourself a target to everybody, and everybody is just retaliating, and they're also kind of taking advantage of the fact that everybody else is attacking you. So you really gotta play smart, play it wise. But sometimes I don't think that matters. I don't think how smart or how wise you play matters, because if everybody kind of gangs up on you, it's kind of over for you. Your game is over. So it's kind of okay, well, who do I want to win? Do I block this person? Do I block this person? Or do I block this person? And it's life point manipulation at that point. It's okay, well, maybe I'll take damage from this person because his monster is not the highest attacking monster on the field, and I'll still have a chance to win, as opposed to just letting the 3,000 blue eyes attack me and letting the Burstinatrix not attack me. So when you're in a tough position like that, I do wish the game had more hey, you're in last place. Here's something to give you to get you out of the spot. Because, again, like I said, it's not like fun when you're in that position because you're not playing for yourself. You're kind of playing for somebody else to win. You're kind of like, oh, well, that's my game. Here, who else do I want to win? And so I wish, like, maybe you get the card for free, like one of the middle cards for free at turn 5. Because, again, like I was saying, I feel like turn 5 is really, like, the game's over, you know? A lot of people don't have a lot of cards in their hand, and a lot of plays that they make are based off of RNG, like the cards that they draw next. So that's all my thoughts really on the ranked matches. They're really fun. You really need to focus. But I do wish there was a little bit more to them, you know? Like, I wish there was more rules, more stuff, and for sure that's going to be added to the game soon, because this is, again, just in beta. So I do hope a lot of the changes that I'm saying now do enter the game. And I'm not just, like, I'm just saying it just to say it, you know? Like, I hope these happen. Really quick, let me announce the winners for the 2 giveaway copies of the closed beta. Carl Sam Punzilin, you won the first copy of the game. You have the picture of the Mudkip as your profile picture. You commented, I hope I win. I really want this. You won, so congrats. And the second winner is Kiru. It's Kiru Kayusuk. I'm so sorry for butchering your name, but you commented on the last video, the animations look so clean. So you guys are the winners. Just to make sure that it's you guys, I hearted your comments from the last video. And make sure you, like, send an email or something. A good way of contacting you so I can send you the code. Anyways, back to the review. Let's talk about the monsters and their effects, and then I'm going to wrap up this review. It is kind of getting a little too long. So, the monsters, each monster can have up to 5 effects, and they only get more than 1 effect if it's your ace monster. Only your ace monster can have more than 1 effect. And these effects, they're kind of, I would say, lackluster at the moment. A lot of them are kind of just boost your attack minus the attack of somebody else's. And this is what I was saying, like, earlier. I just feel like there's not a lot to the game besides my monster's bigger than yours, I win. You know, like, there's no other strategy to it besides that. And I wish there was a little bit more to it. Like, an example I have for just really interesting changes is, I feel like Winged Kuribo and Kuribo, if you gave them, like, the speedster stat, I would easily make those my ace cards. Having a, like, speedster Winged Kuribo kind of run up and just blow itself up on, like, an opponent's monster, and then have that opponent's monster not be able to attack, because that's also one of Winged Kuribo's effects. If you add it, it can make your opponent's monster not be able to attack directly permanently. So cards like that could really use, like, just better effects besides just a 200 attack boost, a 200 defense boost. I feel like, I don't know, we could get really more creative than that. And I'm not talking about, like, oh, more creative, well, let's make it 300, you know? Like, let's get more stats and more skills involved in this game and really just make it, like, a lot, like, fuller, because I feel like it's pretty bare bones right now. But hopefully that changes in the future. Anyway, this is the end of the review. Thank you guys so much for checking the channel. Please, please, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Those are very, very, very much appreciated. They help a lot. And the winners, congratulations. And to everybody who didn't win, I'm sorry, but I hope there's no hard feelings. And, well, that's it. I'm out. Hope you guys have a good day. And that's it.